Hello, Autcraft. This is Skynet AC. Anyway, I'm doing a video at the spawn here on Autcraft because, from what I understand, came directly from AF himself, Autism Father, that they're redoing the spawn area for 1.9, which to make it better for new users, um, or people with low computers that have to have their draw distance of around 4, because this right here, the way it's all set up, well, this is okay. This is a pyramid, heads and stuff in it. It's very hard for somebody to see if they have a slow computer and they have to have their draw distance of 4. And it's really confusing to new users, or it might be just eating to somebody that's played for a while, where to find stuff, because everything is so spread out, and the new world spawn won't be so confusing. Everything will be within, like the worlds will be all in one building, like over that direction, for instance, all in one building where it can be seen. I took my draw distance down to 4 so you can have an idea. I usually keep mine around 16, which actually I could go higher. It's just I choose not to do that. Anyway, this only includes the spawn area. This does not include the build worlds. So you don't have to worry about any of your builds being redone, having to redo them or move stuff. Just the spawn area in 1.9, which is, he said it's going to be sometime this week or sometimes next week. We 1.9.2. So again, this week or next week, if all things go well and stuff. Okay, so you're a new user and you just came in, oh, this is pretty cool. I'm going to give you this idea of why it needs to be changed here. I'm going to read the signs here and see all the, moms and stuff like that. And I have a feeling the first time somebody comes on, they're going to head into this portal, which is not where you want to go. That takes you to the Weather area, and I mean, if you're new, you really don't have any weapons or anything on. You're not ready to actually fight anything like that, and there's always not one going on all the time anyway. You're gonna get kind of lost. So then you're gonna come out, and up here, let's say you come out in here. I'm gonna see that. Of course, I don't have to tell you what that is, but they're gonna go towards that, and that all that would take you is, I'm not actually going to go in there, but that would just take you to the heads where the senior helpers, administrators, and stuff like that, who they are. But let's say somebody wants to, they want to start building, they want to get, stuff, resources, and stuff like that, and it's like, really, where the heck do I go? Nice sign, by the way. That way, take you to the post office. They're going to see this beach over here. And they're going to be really confused. Post office, okay, what am I supposed to do? Do I mail a letter to where to get to, so they can send me the stuff? What the heck? In the bank? I'm confused. So everything's so spread out, and you can't hardly see it, if you have to have a draw distance of 4. I've never actually used a draw distance of 4. Again, I used 16. I've even used higher. Well, things are starting to come out now. I can see part of that building. I can see a lot of cakes over here. Where the heck do I go? Where the heck do I go? Chest here. Oh, build worlds. I think I'm on the right track. Do 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 do. Hmm. Peaceful survival world, hard survival world, peaceful amplified world, hard amplified world. Well, okay, I can go into one of those, you know, and of course people are going to be helping them, hopefully. Um, of course, what I did is before I even joined the server, I read, you know, stuff on the website, um, what to do, you know, what to find and stuff. I did my reading on there, or some people don't, you know. But where's this resource world where I can get resources? What's this over here? Warp room. Where would you like to go today? Calm rooms. Take you to some places. The roleplay world. Okay. There's a big old hotel that sits up there. And of course you can't see it. Now I understand that that's not going to be part of the new spawn area. They're going to put that either in resource world or just it's not going to exist. Not resource world, I meant roleplay world, excuse me. Museum. Well, here's a resource world. That's how I get in there. You got their end and their neither, but if you see the distance between these two, these three, and that pyramid where you would come out of, it's really nice, you know. This is actually the second spawn that, since I've been on the server, they had. But, and you can see from when you come out, of course they're not going to be flying. All they have to walk, and then meaning if it's colored, you know, coded. But I say people read signs, but they may not even see them. Or they might go by them, you know. They're not, their signs don't really stand out really a lot. And if you're, you know, you're new, you're overwhelmed, you know, depends on how, you know, your age, you know, depends on how your autism affects you and what other problems you have. You know, it could be very overwhelming to you, you know, to find out where you need to go, and if hopefully there's somebody on to help you and guide you, and I've seen that quite a bit. But if you log in and there's just really nobody on, or nobody, everybody's busy and stuff like that, and it would just be majorly overwhelming to somebody. Um, I feel that I got to see a preview from his live stream of it. I feel like it's going to be a lot better. Um, this is a heck of a lot better than, you know, because it's more open than the first spawn, but it is more spread out and more confusing than what the first spawn did have. I mean, it was a lot easier to navigate in that one for this situation. This is more wide open. The other one, have everything that's important that you need to get to when you first come on. Um, Especially if you have a draw distance of like 4 or 8. Having it so that you can see it, from what I've seen, you'd be able to like go this way and have a building. This pyramid won't be here; it'll be open. Have a building here with all the spawn, all the worlds in that. The warp room, and the 2 spawning buildings with the build worlds and the resource world and the nether and the end all in one building. Really easy to get to when you first, and then they'll have other buildings and stuff. I like what he's going to do with the store where you can shop, which is way, way over here. Another building up there. It's way down in a hole here. It's like this actually was not part of the original spawn area. This was in the old an old world that we switched worlds, build worlds a few months ago. And that was in that one, and then they just put it over here in this mountainside, and it's just like really hidden. I mean, from a distance, you like, okay, there's a mine shaft. You might see that from a distance. I think it's just a mine shaft, but yeah, it's a general store. And it's kind of too hidden in here. And you can buy stuff with money. You can make points and stuff like that. Earn them. Or you can sell your diamonds, your gold, your emeralds, your iron and stuff, and then you can buy this stuff, and it's really selective, of what it is. And there's some more stuff up here. It's really selective of what it is. Now, there's going to be another bank, and from what I understand, instead of using money, you can still sell that stuff at the bank, but you want to buy emeralds, and you use those emeralds to be able to buy this stuff from villagers that will be in the store, to be opened, won't be in a little like this. And from what I understand is that there will be several little places that if you want to buy wool, you go to villager, it's marked with wool, and buy all the wool that you want using emeralds. And it's not set up like a villager system is now. It's custom villagers. That's from what I seen. Which is going to automatically have all that stuff. And then let's say you want to enter chest, you find the one that's selling, I would say, the chest and stuff like that. It'd be like in a circle, very easy to find, very easy to, indicate which one is doing what. Name tags and stuff like that, armor, torches, clocks, compasses. Of course, I got my Skynet AC compass. You'll be able to do that a lot easier. Seeds and stuff, and cake, and you just be able to do that a lot easier. Plus, everything will be so, important, be more close together. It's not tight, it's not going to be a real small area, you're probably thinking, well, it's going to be everything. No, it's still big and wide open like this is, but the important stuff, like the the portals to go to the different worlds and stuff like that, which is, it's all going to be able to more access that from where you spawn at. You're looking around, you won't see all these heads and stuff, and have that annoying noise that I'm hearing from that. A little building over here that you'd be able to see, and have all your portals over there, and all in one building. And you'll have a building here. It'd just be a lot easier. And of course that will be within 1.9. 1.9.2 in fact. And again, that will be sometime this week or next week, if all things go well. And again, state this again, that only affects the spawn area, does not affect the build worlds. Those are not going away. You don't have to move your stuff again. We've already went through that a few months ago. So you don't have to worry about that. Those are there to stay for quite a while. But most definitely, the spawn definitely needs to be redone. You've got buildings over here that really, they're so spread out and stuff. It looks cool. See, this stuff you can't even see, it's so hidden. I wasn't in part of Autcraft when this was put in. This had been moved and removed from its original spot. That was the old world. You can see. Okay, here's part of the hotel. That's been moved already, and again, this is not going to be part of the new spawn. Which I'm kind of happy about, because that would actually slow somebody's computer down trying to load all that. It's just a lot. Roleplay world is where that belongs. See, I didn't even notice this down here. This is very useful information to people. This should be closer to where you spawn in for the first time. Which should be closer. We should also have, like, your world portals and stuff close to that, which will be, instead of having it in 3 separate buildings. And, well, 4 different areas if you include this over here. This is really useful information for somebody. And of course, I will make another video once the 1.9 comes out, 1.9.2. In fact, of the new spawn. Let me show you a little difference here. Okay, here's at 4. And there's my 16. Now you can definitely see. But eating with, if somebody has a nice computer and are put in at 16, this would still be overwhelming, to come into the world for the first time in this area and still would have to find, you know, where the build worlds and stuff like that are at. So I can understand that. I know change is hard for a lot of us with people with autism, but sometimes change is good. I was quite upset when, when we had to move worlds and stuff, because I worked a lot on my build and had to move it, and I had just completed it finally. But I got over it, and of course this time, you don't have to move anything, you just have to get used to a new spawn area, which, there's going to be people upset and stuff like that, and I understand it, and probably Autism Father understands that, because you get used to this, everything's that. Now you have to find all it, but with with the new one, it's going to be very simple to find where everything is at. It's going to be really simple, and it's going to help a lot of people out, especially the new people that, that come in and is overwhelmed by having to find, these portals and stuff, buildings, and the store, which is hidden over there, and meaning read those signs, it's helpful information, see all this and stuff like that, because none of this is they're going to see if, let's say, if their draw distance is on 4 or eating 8. It's not going to be, well, right now it would be visible if it was, but from over here it just would not be. I did not see a beach area on the preview. Really, I've not really, honestly, seen people on it. I don't even know what that is over there. I've never been over there yet. I didn't even know that existed. That's obviously new. It hasn't been around very long. There's some signs down there. Okay. Mind game. He doesn't know how if he's gonna put this stuff in TARDIS or not, how he's gonna do it. I think that TARDIS would look good over there. Because he can expand the inside. Of course, the TARDIS, this TARDIS is big, but the inside's bigger than the outside, It's the way it is. And to show you. Of course, it's bigger than the inside than it is on the out, and it can be extended, he said, if he needs to. And I think this will look good over there on the new spawn. Player of the week, is that what that is? Yeah. I will never be player of the week because I simply asked not to be player of the week. I think that is something only a child under the age of 18 needs to get. And of course, there's Autism Father. My twin. Anyway. Anyway, you get the idea. What I mean about the new spawn. I think it's going to be a great thing, and hope to see you in Autcraft sometime. Have a good weekend.